पिछले 9 दिनों से वी आर वॉचिंग इट लाइव. द मार्केट्स हैव करेक्टेड 1% every single day. And the tantrums of one powerful man are bringing this whole world to its knees. Trump says $120 oil is a small price to pay. But sitting in Washington, he doesn't see the reality here in India. For us, that small price means 3 घंटे की लाइन में खड़े होके बाद में सुनना कि स्टॉक खत्म हो गया गैस का, आज नहीं मिलेगी, और ऊपर से ये भसड़ गर्मी. Anyways, if this video was just about prices, it would be boring. But we are looking at a total LNG supply vacuum. Stick with me and I'll show you why we are just 20 days away from a structural disaster and what that means for your portfolio unless the Strait of Hormuz is open. The government says we have 74 days of oil. That is a deep knowledge signal that you need to decode. है ना. 74 सुनते ही वी आर खुश भाई, चलो ये हो जाएगी 74 डेज में वॉर. लेकिन लेट्स सी हाउ. 64 ऑफ दोज 70 डेज आर कमर्शियल स्टॉक्स. दैट मीन्स ऑयल इज ऑलरेडी इनसाइड द पाइप्स ऑफ रिलायंस एंड ONGC, ऑलरेडी डेस्टिन्ड फॉर फैक्ट्रीज. इट्स नॉट अ बैकअप, इट इज़ अ वर्किंग इन्वेंट्री. बिक गया है वो तेल बिक गया है वो, ठीक है. The actual strategic petroleum reserve, the only oil the government can release, is exactly something about 39 million barrels, which is at our current rate of March 2026 consumption, it is exactly 9.5 days worth of oil. So we are essentially running a trillion, not 1 trillion, $4 trillion economy on a single week's backup oil. While the world argues over crude oil, India's real nightmare is Sitra refinery in Bahrain. On March 9th, a strike triggered a force majeure. अब ये force majeure क्या है भाई? मतलब it's just a fancy legal term. It means we are not sending you anything and you can't sue us because it's an act of war. Since India imports 50% of its LNG and nearly 85% of its LPG from this one region, this one hit to Sitra is a direct severing of an artery. अपना गला ही कट गया. No amount of Russian crude can fix a gas shortage because you can't put crude oil in a kitchen stove. Now, let's talk about the IEA's promise to release millions of barrels of oil. This is the part that they are not telling you. The IEA is promised to release a roughly 2 to 3 million barrels a day. है ना, बहुत सारा oil बेच रहे हैं, right? The Strait of Hormuz carries 21 million barrels of oil and 11 billion cubic feet of LNG every single day. Compare that to 2 to 3 million barrels of one day. Comparing the IEA release to the Hormuz flow is like trying to fill a swimming pool with a drinking straw. Even if the IEA empties their tanks, they can only replace 15% of the missing oil. And for LNG, they have zero backup. है ही नहीं उनके पास कुछ, ठीक है. So ये इतना बढ़िया promise है IEA का, okay? And Trump is promising abundance. But the math says the world is short by 18 million barrels a day as long as that Strait of Hormuz is blocked. Right now, the government has ordered refiners to maximize LPG and cut off industrial users. मतलब fertilizer plants को उनके requirement से 30% less मिलेगा. If this lasts more than 20 days, we lose the Kharif buffer, which means कि no urea for and no bumper harvest. The Indian farmer will pay the small price of Trump's ego. Now look, I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to give you plain math. Because in a market ruled by tantrums, math is the only thing that won't lie. This 1% daily market correction you are seeing, this is just the market guessing. The real crash will happen when the supply vacuum actually hits the factory floor. Remember when I told you to exit IT in December? Everyone called me a bear. But those who listened to me saved their capital while the rest watched their profits vanish. This energy crisis is the same. So don't rely on mindless SIPs in 2026. This is not a buy the dip market. It is a geopolitical arbitrage market. My advice, hold on to your cash. In a supply vacuum, liquidity is your only weapon. Cash gives you the power to buy when the inventory wall finally breaks and the forced liquidations begin. इसका मतलब सिंपल है कि अपना कैश लिक्विड फंड्स में डालो at a rate of 7% per annum. And it is the most profitable decision that you would do for this year 2026. So I'll keep tracking the tankers and I'll keep doing the math on the Russian bridge and the Sitra repairs. You just make sure that you're here to see it. Hit that like and subscribe. Your portfolio depends on it. Thank you for your time and I'll see you in the next one.